In this video, I'd like to talk about using the Pythagorean trigonometric identity. And specifically, the identity that we want to use involving sine and cosine is that the sine of theta squared plus the cosine of theta squared is equal to 1. And with this identity, we can answer problems like this, where we are told that an angle is located in some quadrant, and we have, in this case, the sine function is equal to this ratio, and we need to find the cosine function. And we can use this identity to figure out what the cosine of the angle is. Now, there are other approaches to this. We can also just draw a right triangle in the second quadrant, where sine is the opposite of the angle divided by the hypotenuse of the angle, and use the Pythagorean theorem. But this formula has essentially done a lot of that for us. So let's plug in what we know. We know that the sine of theta is 9 over 41. So we will plug that in for sine of theta, and since we're squaring the sine of theta, we will square this number. This is equal to the cosine squared of the angle, and this is equal to 1. So we will solve for the cosine, since that's what we want here. We have that the cosine squared of the angle, we can call this theta 1 if we want. This is equal to 1 minus this fraction squared, but let's actually simplify this. 9 squared is 81, and 41 times 41 is 1,681. Now we're subtracting fractions, so let's simplify that before we take a square root of everything. And we'll have a common denominator of 1681. Now 1 will just become 1681 over 1681. So we will subtract 81 from 1681 to get 1600 over 1681. Now at this point, we can take a square root of everything and solve for the cosine of theta 1. That is plus or minus the square root of 1600 over 1681. And we have to put plus or minus since this answer depends on which quadrant this angle is actually in. It could be positive or it could be negative. Since the sine of theta 1 is equal to this value in both the first and the second quadrants, it would be negative in quadrants 3 and 4. So we have to determine which quadrant this is actually in, and we're told that it's in quadrant 2. And in quadrant 2, remember on the unit circle, we have the x, y coordinate, where the radius of this circle is 1. The x coordinate, that is our cosine of this angle here. And the x value in quadrant 2 is negative. So in quadrant 2, the cosine of theta 1 is a negative value. If we were in quadrant 1, where the sine is equal to this value here, then we'd know the x value of some point over here would be positive, and therefore the cosine would be positive. But since we're in quadrant 2, we know this has to be negative, so we're actually just looking at the negative case here. And we just need to simplify everything. We have minus the square root of 1600 over 1681. And since we're taking the square root of a fraction, we can take the square root of the numerator and the square root of the denominator. We know that 41 squared is 1681, so the denominator is 41. And the square root of 1600 is 40. So the cosine of theta 1, where theta 1 is in this quadrant here, is simply minus 40 over 41. And in a later video, we will look at an alternate method for finding this value here, the cosine or the sine of some angle, where we can construct a right triangle and use this angle right here. We know the sine deals with the opposite and the hypotenuse. We can set that equal to 41. We can use the Pythagorean theorem to figure out that this is 40, and then just realize that the cosine or the x value is negative in quadrant 2. So when we look at the cosine of this angle, we get 40 over 41, but it has to be negative since we're in quadrant 2 where the x values are negative. So that's a method we will consider in a later video.